Welcome to the Man Cave Podcast. This is your escape for real, unscripted conversations about sports, hobbies, life, and storytelling. No scripts, no forced takes, just Man Cave talk. Now, here's your host, Dan Kasper.
Let's do some local sports roundup brought to you by Carpet City Flooring Center. And we'll start off with boys basketball because we got the brackets out.
We do.
Now. And it looks like Division 1, Chi High is a 17 seed, Hudson's an 8 seed, Memorial's a 12 seed, and North is a 13 seed. And I think, didn't Memorial just beat North in boys basketball, I believe, on Friday night too? So
if they both pulled off, which I'd say are massive upsets, they could meet each other again. So They got some heavy lifting to do. Memorial's got point, which they're a 5 seed. Memorial's always tough, and the North's got to travel all the way. Both of them have to travel all the way to Kaukauna, and the Ghosts are always a tough team as well.
That's right.
Yeah, it's going to be some tough hauling there for Memorial, and then Chippewa Falls has the quarterfinal tomorrow at Wisconsin.
Or next week, yeah.
Next week, thank you. Yes, we are still in February. Girls basketball.
Basketball, yep.
Yeah. D2, we got Rice Lake, a 9-8 matchup. They will play that Tuesday play-in game. As we kind of then Medford, New Richmond, both very talented teams. So that should be a fun one to watch.
And River Falls the top seed in that one.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Menominee is a team that's been playing some really good basketball late. So they get Merrill there as a 3 seed, kind of earned that one late in the season. Onalaska, number 1 seed. They got West Salem looming there, maybe, if they can get that win. Toma and La Crosse Logan have to battle each other to play Fox Valley Lutheran, and then La Crosse Central down there at the bottom as a 2 seed. So D2 will be a tough, and D3 starts getting St. Croix Central gets the 1. The other one going to Altoona, who just beat St. Croix Central. So in the middle border there. Osceola a 3, Prescott a 2. A lot of these teams, I mean, Altoona played a lot of these teams already this year. Stanley Boyd there as a 4 seed as well. So in GET, another tough team that Altoona did. They played pretty much everybody in this bracket, so it was kind of smart move on theirs. Elk Mound in those play-in games, they'll play Black River Falls as a 6. Yeah, Bloomer as a 12, playing Adams Friendship. Arcadia as an 8. So a lot of local teams represented here on this side.
Yeah.
And now you go to D4, and this is the one where you see a lot of. It's just like the girls' bracket. This D4 sectional number 1. Colfax, I mean, coming out of nowhere in my mind, kind of to get that 1 seed there. So congratulations to the Vikings for that. They would get either Prairie Farm, Clayton, or Grantsburg there in the second round. You go down, McDonald have Cumberland in that first round, and they potentially have a matchup there looming with Colfax, depending on the way things go. Go down to Chautauqua Weyerhaeuser, a number 3 seed. They would get Boyceville or Shell Lake. Clear Lake a 2 seed, Unity or Cameron waiting for them. So some familiar opponents. Oh boy, look at that. Fall Creek earning that 1 seed. That is I mean, Fall Creek's the 1 and Regis is the 2. Those two had some just great battles this year. So and then you throw in Osseo Fairchild, which had a bounce back. Ryan Lease coming over there and taking over and helping that team to a 3 seed, and they got an old Clover Belt matchup. If they're in the Dairyland now, but Regis there at that 2 seed. So
that's a heck of a bracket there with those top 3 seeds.
And don't sleep on Durand, Arkansas as well. They've played very well, as Whitehall, Mondovi. I mean, there's a lot of good. So this whole sectional is going to be a lot of fun. And then 5s, got Turtle Lake trying to get back to state. They're number 1 seed, and everybody in this one has to play on that Tuesday. So Turtle Lake will start off against Luck. You go down the way there. Emmanuel gets New Auburn at New Auburn, so kind of regional rivalries there. Lake Holcomb and Withee, a matchup of a 9 and 8 there, and then Cornell at Mellon, and Gilman takes on Flambeau. Thorpe and Athens, not too far away from each other. Cardinals versus the Blue Jays, right?
Yeah, yep. A little 29, Highway 29, just down the street.
Am I right?
I think you are. Yeah.
Or is
Merrill's Blue Jays too.
Merrill's too. Yeah. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, Athens listeners.
Just don't. It's the Blue Jays.
Okay, good. Sometimes I'm come to the point where I doubt myself.
Just don't diss the Athens Fair. That's a big thing over there.
I've heard. Yeah, no, I had a friend that went to college that would talk about it all the time. And the other D5 bracket, it's more down towards the Cooley region. Alma Pepin, New Lisbon, Blair Taylor, Brookwood battle each other. Cashton, Assumption, CFC, Port Edward. So EPC gets Wanawak Center, Gilman Independence, Hillsboro. So D5 has a ton of teams from our area playing there. So that all gets started next Tuesday.
All right. And then, as you mentioned, I know we kind of went through the brackets last week already, but for girls, they're going to be starting off some games tomorrow.
Yes.
I know Chi High's in action tomorrow, taking on Superior and such, as well as North. They're going to be taking on Wausau West. So, yeah, the playoffs starts for the girls tomorrow already.
Yep.
Man.
Hockey will have their tomorrow is the sectional semifinals. So you got ECA versus Western Wisconsin.
Okay.
And we got this is on the girls' side. Hudson versus the St. Croix Valley Fusion, and Hayward at Superior on the girls' side. So boys' side, Superior, Hudson just surviving. Tomahawk, give them credit, getting bumped up from D2 to D1 and getting a win here against North, and then going to Hudson and they were leading Hudson with about 2 to 3 minutes to play in that game, and Hudson ended up scoring a couple late goals to get the win, like 8-6.
Wow.
So credit to Tomahawk for being able to do that. Rice Lake at Amory. Rice Lake, say it every year. They struggled in the regular season. The record might not show it, but they got better and better against those big river teams every year, every game. You see them there now they take on Amory and have a chance for an upset there. So Hayward at Ashland in D2, Baldwin at Somerset, and then Menominee and River Falls as well. So those two got some rivalry there from the big rivers battling each other. So
yeah, no doubt. So WIAC stuff, because we got a few things to hit up on the WIAC side of things here. I know basketball WIAC playoffs are starting right away. No blue golds. Blue gold women's fell to lacrosse in overtime over the weekend and such, and obviously the men's were knocked out earlier too. But men's stouts, they're going to be in action right away tomorrow, taking on lacrosse on the road. So do have one kind of local team, and I should say it is local because it's a Menominee, but Stout is in action for the men's side.
And that men's side, that is going to be a fun tournament watch. Both sides, both the women and men, just how much parity there was in both those leagues about from the top to the bottom. It's kind of where I wish they still let everybody in.
Right.
I think a 1-8 tournament this year,
that would be a lot of fun.
Would have been crazy because we saw it. We saw Eau Claire on the women's side knock off the top team in the conference.
Yeah.
We saw Stout get a big win over the weekend against the top team. It's like that is possible. You saw Blue Golds take lacrosse to overtime. So, I mean, it definitely would have been fun, but, unfortunately, that's the way it goes. But, yeah, now you got Stout and takes lacrosse. So lacrosse just heated up. After that loss to the Blue Golds, I mean, they had one loss in conference after that.
I think so, yeah.
Then Oshkosh, Platteville, 5-4 matchup with those two teams.
Man.
That's like one of those teams is going to lose. The WIAC, I see getting 3 teams out of this year.
That would be awesome.
The NCAA tournament. I think this, hands down, was the best conference in both the women's and men's, because you just look at how teams are beating up on each other. So, yeah, I think this is going to be a year that a WIAC team definitely has a chance to make a deep run, if not win the national title. I just think iron sharpens iron, as the old saying goes, and that's how those conference games were for the last 2 months.
Right. Hockey-wise, we're going to get into tournament two because for the men's side on Saturday, they're going to be hosting River Falls. And then on the women's side, also Saturday too, they're going to be hosting Stevens Point. So Hobbs will be busy Saturday with some hockey action as well. So,
I mean, you have River Falls, who they were kind of the one that was always right there. When now, Eau Claire's going to have to bounce back from that loss to Stout to end the regular season, but they've been a good team all year, and getting to host obviously is the biggest thing.
Right.
And then with that, Stevens Point and Superior, well, that was from last week. So Stevens Point, that's a team you always got to watch out for. They're, down this year, but man, they have made some runs there. So yeah, I think then the championship would be next Saturday, the 7th, March 7th. So yeah, whoever gets out of this conference too is going to have a good chance to make a run. I know if you're the Blue Golds, you want to take that motivation of not getting that conference title in the regular season and take it in here to the tournament and get that automatic bid.
Yep. Wrestling too is going to be a big one because regionals are going to be held by the Blue. I mean, they're going to be busy over there, even though if basketball's not in action, they're going to have hockey and wrestling.
No rest. There's no rest for those guys over there.
Exactly. So high expectations, especially since coming off their first outright conference championship in the regular season too. So that should be a lot of fun. And then I know softball, they opened up their season
Yep.
Friday, picking up wins in their doubleheader too. So Leslie Huntington's group's already off to a hot start.
And that's the nice thing about, now that we have the sun intake, I know they'll do their swings and go play in some warmer weather, but the fact that you can come back here and you're going to have games.
Yep.
You're not just sitting and, again, we had months, Aprils, where they didn't play games because the weather was so bad that they couldn't get out on the field. So this way you're going to get out on the field. Whether it be a field turf, you're going to be out there playing. So I can't wait for that.
And maybe the biggest news to kind of wrap up our local sports roundup, Matt Walker stepping down as River Falls football coach, taking the job over at Drake. It's a D1. I saw this morning, too, that they're going to make their defensive coordinator the interim head coach over at River Falls right now. So, but, it's hard to pass up a D1 opportunity.
Right.
And after, you just won national championship. I would imagine if you are a national champion winner, there's probably going to be other opportunities come calling and such, and Drake was still an option that was open. So it's got to be hard to turn down a D1 option if that was even a thought.
Yeah, and I think for that too, he loves the town of River Falls, and you can understand. But to get a D1 call straight from D3, it doesn't happen that often.
Right.
So to get that and still be in the Midwest, so you're not going off to the West Coast or off to the East Coast or even to the South. You're going basically in the same region,
right?
Which that region. So recruiting wise, that helps you as well.
That's true. Yep.
So to get those opportunities don't happen. We saw the same thing with lacrosse. You get a chance to go to Northern Michigan, which is a D2 team.
Yep.
You kind of have to take that opportunity, but it also shows you the respect that the WIAC gets from around the country, not just in D3. That these guys are recognizing that these are head coaches that know what they're doing. And for Walker, the way he developed that offense after struggling those first 3 years and just completely going in there and just throwing everything away and restarting from the ground. And if you're a program and you're struggling, you're like, okay, this guy knows how to build a program from the ground up.
Right.
Let's bring him in. And I wouldn't be surprised if they stay with somebody from that coaching staff as the head coach, as did lacrosse, bringing in the defensive coordinator to be their head coach in Sweetville. So, I wouldn't be surprised. You keep that connection going, especially after you win a national title.
Right, exactly. Then you throw in a few years ago with Lance from Whitewater, and goes to Buffalo, but then, what he's doing with Kansas and such, too. So, it's definitely, WIAC conference in football and in a lot of sports. But, like you said, they get a lot of respect from a nationwide,
I think
higher
people
level schools.
Look at all those sports and just how loaded it is and how competitive it is, and they realize, this is the cream of the crop when it comes to D3 athletics.
Yep, well said. All right, that's your local sports roundup brought to you by Carpet City Flooring Center.